part of this. My name is Joni. I am from South Dakota, born and raised. I'm originally from Martin, South Dakota, and I live in Spearfish now. When I was 9 years old in 1970, my life changed overnight. My father was evidently found to situate himself in a situation he felt that he had no other options to take, and he attempted suicide. They found him, they took him to the hospital, they did surgery, but he passed away a week later from complications from that attempt. At 9 years old, you understand what the term suicide is, but you have no way of being prepared. And it's been a hard struggle. But one thing I always knew was that I had somebody there to be beside me, and that there was going to be a tomorrow. And that's one thing that got me through so many times. High school was very difficult for me, needless to say, and thankful to the people in Martin. They gave me a new chance and a new start in a new community. And I'm very thankful for that. I did find myself at age 10, about a year later, I finally woke up from the numbness, and I realized that it wasn't a nightmare, that I wasn't going to wake up. I realized that I was living the nightmare. And it was very difficult. That was the day my mom had to face the fact that she had to start showing up too. I have seen what this does to families. I have seen what it does to a spouse. I have seen what it does to mothers and fathers, to siblings, to cousins, to distant relatives, to friends and family. Between my husband and myself, we have 3 immediate family members who have taken their life. That is parents and siblings between us, 3. And we have numerous uncles and cousins who have added to that list. So I understand the pain, and I've seen it from so many angles. But what we need to know is that there is still hope. You have to realize back in 1970, there were no support groups. In fact, at the time, you didn't talk about it. You didn't admit it. You stayed in denial. You definitely didn't bring it up at a family dinner. So things have changed, and that is grateful for all of us today. There's more awareness. We understand more. What I have learned over the years is that there's always that question of why. We always want to try to understand why something happened. We have to realize that we live in a world that isn't always fair. It is designed to break us in so many ways. People have the right to have security. They have the right to have health, whether it's mental or physical health care. They have a right to have good drinking water and food, and yet so many people do not have those very basic needs. And so things happen, and they find themselves at despair. But we have resources that are here to help us. And let's see, lost my place. Sorry, everybody. We have to realize that not everything happens for a reason. It's not because we have a lesson to learn. It's not because we have to be refined in some way. But we all have choices that we can make. And so the important thing is is that when we find someone or see someone who is in need, we need to be able to reach out and let them know that there are choices, there are options, and that we have the chance in our lives to make different decisions. So we need to listen to them. We need to show them empathy. We might not understand it, but we don't have to. Because the day we understand it is the day that we're actually probably in a very dark place ourselves. So you may not understand it, but try to be empathetic. Be there for them, listen to them, and get them help. Find someone who is qualified to get them the help that they need. So the one thing I want everyone to remember is that we are all in this together. We can have communities that are educated with knowledge, and we can support one another, and together we can prevent suicide. We can help people to understand that there is a hope, there are other options, and we as a community can come together and help to bring down this epidemic and help to be support for each other. Thank you.